Welcome back to my channel, guys. Time for another anime first impression video. This is going to be on Always a Catch, which I think aired the first week of the anime season, which my days have all jumbled up. I don't know when that was. I think maybe 2 weeks ago. It's been a while. I know that for sure. There's 2 episodes out. There might be a third one by the time this video comes out. I watched it a few days ago. I just haven't had time to sit down and record. So, anyways, Always a Catch is I don't know. It's a royal type of story. It starts with the prince calling off his marriage with I'm guessing a noble lady, and it all seems like it's because he's defending some other noble lady that is probably playing him. And I want to start like that because that is how the episode starts, and that is the trope that I thought this series was gonna take, and it did not. So I was very much surprised and confused of like, oh, it's not this trope. Or maybe it is, but maybe they're just twisting it. I don't know. Before anything else, though, guys, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. Thank you guys so much for commenting, actually. I've been trying my best to answer all the comments. Actually, I this morning woke up, answered the comments, and I went straight to recording. So yeah, if I look a little tired, I do apologize. I did have enough sleep last night. I always look tired in the morning, so it is what it is. Thank you again for the support, and if you haven't seen my other videos for the season, I have more than a dozen already out, so go check those out. Okay, Always a Catch. So it does start with that scene, but then it goes back a little bit before that scene, and essentially we're following the story of two girls. One girl is coming from her area of living, and she's living in basically the city, what would be considered the city for them. It's a made-up world, right? Royals and all that, and her friend is taking her in. Now, her friend did the opposite when she was younger. She went to her countryside for a few years, maybe when they were little. So that's how they became friends and how they live in opposite sides or opposite worlds, right? So in the beginning, her friend basically is explaining that she is now engaged to a prince, and now she has to like really watch herself, how she acts and how she reacts and all these ladylike stuff, right? And her friend, she's kind of like a wild card. She's like a wild one, and she I guess it's very nice to notice that they're very complete opposites in how they approach royalty, right? So a good example is when they meet one of her friends, and really it's her fiance's younger brother. They meet him, and very quickly our protagonist notices that her friend from the city doesn't like her fiance, but in fact likes probably the brother, right? Because they get along so well, and they have a really good first day, basically him showing them the school, stuff like that. And like it doesn't take a scientist to say that she's at the very least maybe not liking him, but at the very least is more comfortable with him and feels a little bit safer, because each time they mention the prince or the prince passes by or whatever, she kind of like tightens up, or like doesn't feel like she should say anything or do anything, just kind of sit there. And it's actually very, very, very sad, but it is what it is. So there is a time jump in the episode, so I guess we go back quite a bit, but there's a time jump where essentially our protagonist is writing notes to her parents and her siblings and letting them know that everything's okay. It's been a few months. She's met some friends. She's hanged out with her friend, and everything seems to go well. And in fact, she writes about a party where she goes with the prince's brother, and essentially she dances with him. I believe she dances with him. No, she doesn't dance with him in that party. But anyways, she has a really good time and she meets other people, but she still hasn't found someone, and that's kind of the key point for her. Her goal in living there is not so much to like live out a life or get out of the countryside or whatever. She's there to find a prospect for herself. So the prince's brother is like looking for like a prospect for her, looking for the best person that she should marry, so on and so forth, and nothing. So like nothing has really come out. So we get to now to the main scene of what the story is, and they are on the way to a big ball. Essentially, in this ball, the prince is gonna make their engagement official. So it's important for them to be there. So they're on their way there. They notice that one of the girls from their classrooms, that her carriage is broken, and she very much looks or tells them, "Don't bug me. Don't even try to help me. Just leave." And so they leave, and they're like, she has attitude, but those were her wishes, right? So they leave, and in the party, they just kind of ignore the whole fact that she was there. But then the prince arrives, and obviously when the prince arrives, everyone has to stop and acknowledge him there, and he is escorting this girl behind him, right? Now, mind you, each time he glares at them, and I just started noticing that happened before the party, he's glaring at the protagonist, not at his fiance. He glares at the protagonist, and that basically is just like over the top. Now, the protagonist's friend gets a little bit embarrassed and runs out of the party. She runs with her, and it's like they're talking about how like what a big jerk he is. Like, why is he coming with another girl? That's really weird. And essentially, the prince approaches them, and this is the key point. He grabs the arm of the protagonist, not the friend, and this is who he tells their engagement is over. Mind you, that's not the right girl. So he grabs her arm. He's like, the engagement is over. I can't believe you've been treating this lady horrible for these past few months, and so on and so forth. And everyone's like, does he know who he's talking to? Because that's not his fiance. So she basically claps back and tells him, like, you need to buy some glasses, brother, because you don't even know who you're talking to. And that's how the episode ends. Now, a few things I think is going to happen is, one, the engagement probably will break off. The whole thing will be probably explained situation, and the other girl will probably end up in not looking good, right? But beyond that, I also believe that the series itself is going to take a turn where the prince actually goes with the protagonist, and now the girl, her friend, is free from the engagement. She's actually going to end up with the prince's brother, which is what she wants all along, I believe. But it could happen like that. Maybe something else happens. I don't know. But we'll just check it out for now. Before anything, guys, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you do subscribe to my channel. I'm going to give this one I want to say a 7. It surprised me quite a bit, so I did like it. I want to see more of it, so why not? Let's give it a 7 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Go to check out my other first impressions, and guys, like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.